Gerard, thank you. For many residents living along the route of that proposed 70-mile transmission line in Maryland, surveyors are starting to enter people's private property, with the judge finally issuing a decision.
That's right. As Fox 45's Jessica Babb is showing us, some critics are pushing back, pointing the finger at Governor Moore and the way state agencies are operating. Jessica.
For months, Governor Wes Moore says he's had grave concerns about the proposed transmission line. But even though he's been saying that, critics like Senator Chris West believe the governor should be doing more to step in and stop the project. With a new court ruling paving a path forward for the Piedmont Reliability Project.
I didn't like the judge's ruling.
Senator Chris West is disagreeing with the judge's decision, giving the developers of the 67-mile high-voltage transmission line access to people's private property to survey the land.
I think the state of Maryland put the judge in a position where the ruling probably was, it's understandable under the circumstances.
He's pointing the finger back at Governor Wes Moore.
The governor's agency, the PPRP, said we want the specific information which is not covered by the statute. And the only way to get that information is to let the builder of the line go on people's properties unpermitted.
In the order, the judge is siding with the transmission developers, in part because a state agency working with the Public Service Commission requested the surveys to help make the final decision on the entire project moving forward.
If I were the governor working with my agency carefully, I would have not put this organization that wants to build the line in a position where the only way I could do what the agency is demanding is to have eminent domain.
The judge also arguing state laws give the developer the authority to access people's land in eminent domain cases like this.
In my view, they should make that decision. Do we need the line or not? And I don't think we need it at all. And then if they do decide we need it, then say, okay, we need more information. And now you can go onto these people's properties and take a look and see where exactly the structures are going to be placed.
But catching up with Governor Wes Moore in Ocean City.
My position on this hasn't changed.
When asked for his response to the judge's ruling and if he will advise the PSC to approve or deny the project.
There are real flaws and real problems with this, and I have said long before that not only do I have a very real issue with this project and how it was maintained, I don't see how, if there are not changes to this, how this thing moves forward. So I saw the judge's ruling, but the judge's ruling does not change my opinion on it. I think this thing has very real problems.
It's a sentiment he's reiterated time.
Unless there's adjustments, I don't see a plan moving forward. I have grave concerns with this, and I've had them for a while. I don't understand how the study area was pulled together without the level of both state and community involvement that was necessary. I don't see how. I still am not certain what the benefit is to Marylanders, and I'm going to stand with the people on this.
And time again.
I'm always going to stand with the people on these issues, and I think that the challenge of this wide-scale eminent domain that they're talking about is not something that I am okay with.
While the governor has met with the developers and the grid operator who argue this project is necessary to deal with the growing energy demand to avoid looming brownouts and blackouts.
If the governor does not want this line to go through, a couple of telephone calls will solve the problem.
And while it's not clear when the developers will start surveying people's land,
the people fighting this line need to keep the fight up. I think at the end of the day, the decision ought to be, if there's a God in this heaven, the decision ought to be this line is not going to benefit the people of Maryland, and the line needs to be disapproved.
And of course, all of this comes as many Marylanders are feeling the heat, not only from the rising temps, but those exorbitant energy bills. Members of the Maryland Freedom Caucus also just sent a letter to the U.S. Energy Department and President Trump calling for federal officials to step in and prevent blackouts as the state braces for power plants to go off the grid. In the studio, Jessica Babb, Fox 45 News.
I'm Kai Jackson. Thank you for watching. Here's another video to watch. Also, please take a moment to subscribe to our channel.